Straight Shooter Coffee, the official coffee of Therapy Range.
Shut up and shoot.
Hi, here we go.
Welcome back to another episode of Therapy Range. Today, I have the worst gun in the world, and it's not a high point. Believe it or not, it can actually get worse than high points. The dog's gonna start? I'm sure. Really? Damn dogs. But yeah, it actually gets worse than the high point 9mm. As you can see by the thumbnail, I've got a Jennings by Bryco, model 59 9mm. This is just a quick rundown on the Jennings history. Jennings was founded by Bruce Jennings, the son of Raven Arms founder George Jennings. Jennings started out as JA Industries, sued, bankrupted, ended up becoming Bryco, which soon got sued and filed for bankruptcy. This gun has just got a history of just being trash no matter who made it. In 2003, they got sued again. That's when Bryco got sued, was in 2003. Yeah, I mean, it's just been one bad story after another. It's had a long, rich history of failures for a number of reasons. Paul Jimenez bought the busted Bryce company in Bryco in 2004, and continued to keep making trash guns under the Jimenez Arms name, which also failed due to bad business practices, and I guess they were having some business dealings with somebody that got convicted of trafficking firearms. JA Industries resumed making crap guns in 2020, but then immediately fell into issues with the ATF for basically running a company that they had already filed bankruptcy on and closed twice. So, you know, I mean, this thing has just been marred. Leaves are coming down. You can tell it's that time of year. But this gun has just been marred with issues after issues after issue. And frankly, when I talk to people and we talk about guns not to buy, this would be at the tip of the spear of guns to avoid. It's just not a good gun. First of all, I mean, this thing is heavy as a brick. Unloaded, I mean, this thing's got to be like 3-4 pounds unloaded. Magazine release is in the bottom. It's got the Italian style magazine release in it. Very cheap thumb safety. And from what I understand, the reason Bryco got sued out of existence, from what I was reading on the old interweb, is that these things tend to have a malfunction to where you get sticky firing pins sometimes. So when you rack that gun and let it drop forward, it'll send a round. The 380 model, I guess, did something similar to that and caused a young man to be paralyzed. And that is what got Bryco sued out of existence. But this is one of the older ones. This is a Jennings firearm by Bryco. I don't know if it'll focus on that or not. We'll try, see what it does. But yeah, chambered in 9mm. Magazine's tight as shit. I believe this comes with a 10-round magazine. I'm gonna fill it up and let's see what happens. I believe it's time to shut up and shoot. Yeah. Alright, so we got us a 10-rounder loaded up here. I got 50 rounds of the Fiocchi 115 grain ball ammo. This is just your standard full metal jacket plinking rounds. But it's not the uber cheap stuff. It's not steel case. It's not lacquer cased. All my other semi-automatic guns run just fine with this. And it chambered, so let's see what we get. There's a malfunction. All right, that round never seated. Hey, we finally got a hit. Oh. Another malfunction. Let's go ahead and throw that one back in there. That's 2 out of 10. God, that's nasty. Ugh. See how hard I got to fight to get that magazine out of there? God, it's a striker-fired gun, and you would think with as heavy as it is, it wouldn't have much recoil to it at all. But I tell you right there in the webbing of my thumb and hand, man, I'm feeling the recoil off of that already. That's just 10 rounds. Let's load up another 10 and see if we can get some more malfunctions. Hey Karen, glad to see you could join us today. You're looking a little rough. You need to maybe go get some deep exfoliating or something. You know, yeah, you're looking pretty rough, babe. I'm just happy it's chambering. The very first time I brought the gun out to test fire it, the very first round that I tried to load just went straight up and stovepiped right up in the chamber. I mean, it didn't stovepipe out of the chamber, it just went straight up into the chamber of the gun. It was crazy. All right, let's put a few more on steel. There's a malfunction. God, man, and this thing's got to have like a 20-pound trigger in it. It's just ridiculous how much effort goes in to shooting this gun. It's heavy. It malfunctions frequently. The trigger is just abusive on your hand. The recoil impulse is not happy either. And it's not very accurate. You know, I mean, I'm a pretty decent shot at 30 feet away, 40 feet away. However, whatever this distance is, it's not very far. And she's dry. Boy, fighting to get that magazine out of there is something else. So, my thoughts on budget pistols. This thing's going to run you about 150 bucks. Whether you find it used or new, between 100 and 150 bucks. If you can find a brand new one, about 150. On the used side, about 100 bucks. My thoughts on this gun, really, and it kind of goes back to my same philosophies on a high point. You know, while a high point is much more enjoyable to shoot than this, I'm not going to go and say that it's a lot more, but it is more enjoyable to shoot than this. Like I said, just the recoil, the grip, the trigger, the malfunctions, just everything about this gun makes me want to throw it in the river. I wish I had a C9 here to compare it to, but you know, I do have a high point, but it's the 45. I got a 40 and a 45. I don't have the 9mm one, so I don't really feel like it would be a very fair comparison. Let's go ahead and run a few more. That would have been funny. Oh, Karen! Do you see what I just went and done to Karen? Poor Karen. Get off my damn table. And we got another malfunction. Oh, shit. All right, and this is not indicative to this gun, okay? I've had a number of these guns come through my hands in my life. And every single one of them has just absolutely sucked. They're just terrible. You know, some people will tell you, oh, God damn, that thing's wearing my hand out. It's just a 9, right? It shouldn't be that bad. Now, it really shouldn't be that hard on you to run a 9mm, but I tell you what, this thing, whew, it's wearing me down. Fortunately, I only brought out 50 rounds of ammo, so we're almost done. We'll see how many more malfunctions that we can get. Maybe when I do the edit, I'll put a counter on there, and we'll keep track of how many malfunctions that we had out of 50 rounds, because it's been more than just a couple. Pretty much, I think every magazine that I've loaded's had at least 1 or 2 malfunctions in it. All right, I think 2, 4, 6, 8. Huh. We got an odd amount. Maybe this magazine holds more than I thought that it did. I'll be. So that's not a 10-round magazine. That's like a 15-round magazine. 12, 15 rounds. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13-round magazine. All right, I'm going to load her back up real quick, and then we're going to shoot this thing out, and we'll call it a day. You want to do that? You know what? I'm going to do it. But you know we can only do this together. Together! America! Alright, I'm not going to run a full magazine in it. That way I can get one more magazine out of it. But like I was saying just a few minutes ago, this thing's going to run you between 100 and 145, 150 bucks. A High Point C9 is going to run you between 150 and 200. Why would you not just go ahead and save up another 100 bucks, 200 bucks, and instead of buying a used $100 gun, you know, now if you're buying this just as a fuck-off toy, whatever, that's fine. But if you actually expect this to be a self-defense weapon, I mean, you've just seen how many malfunctions that I've had with it. I can bring out a High Point C9 and have nowhere near as many problems as this firearm provides. But with the firearms being the way they are today, if you've got $100, why don't you just work a little bit harder, save up a little bit more, and work your way into like a nice Taurus G3C or a Taurus G3? Either one are high quality firearms in comparison. You know, they're not Glocks, they're not SIGs, but in comparisons to this, why would you spend shit money to buy a shit gun that is going to end up disappointing you in the long run? Now, I'm not trying to pick on anybody. You know, there'll be people out there that'll tell you that if it goes bang, it's a good gun. I'm a little bit of a gun snob at this point. You know, I expect for when I pull this trigger, I guess you got to chamber one first, that it don't fucking do that. That is no good. That is no good. Why would you not? Why would you do yourself that injustice and not just go ahead and buy yourself something that's halfway decent? You know, when you're buying a firearm, it's pretty much like buying anything else. If you go to the Dollar Tree to buy something, you cannot possibly expect to have the same level of quality as if you go to a reputable store, a nice place to get stuff. I mean, and that's really, I mean, the Jennings is the dollar store gun, the Dollar Tree gun of the firearms industry. I mean, they're just not very good at all. And as you can see, I mean, I've had a number of round one malfunctions. You fire one round and the subsequent round is a malfunction. That is absolutely no good unless you're able to hit a lights out shot on the very first trigger pull. And then there's the whole, you know, I guess it won't release without a magazine in it, but good God, that trigger is just ridiculous. Alright guys, I'm going to run out these last few rounds. Live your life to the fullest, because anything less is an injustice to yourself and every single person around you. Hey, it finally cycled without a malfunction. Stay free, America. Until next time, I'll see you guys really soon. I've got some fun stuff coming up. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe and all that YouTube mumbo jumbo. Be sure to see us on Rumble only content. I've got like 12 videos up that if you're only watching on YouTube, you haven't seen them yet. So there's content over there waiting for you to go see it. Don't be a douche. Subscribe. Till next time. Peace.